Hey there, y'all, and welcome to today's Daily Down and Dirty. My name is Fairlight. Welcome to Airy Fairy Tarot. All right, y'all. So while I was shuffling the cards, I kept hearing, "Who closed last night?" Which is very silly because then the cards that came out had nothing to do with that message. And then two other cards came out that once I looked at them, their energy felt so bad in contrast to the cards that had come out that I put them back. Like I didn't want that energy on my table. And so it almost feels like the message of who closed last night is kind of like recognizing mistakes of the past, whether they're yours or somebody else's, and maybe the power that you've given away to others, and then seeing that they just made a mess of things, or seeing the mess that you may have made of things. It just, whatever it is, it does feel like learning from the mistakes of yesterday, but then moving forward. So then what we've got together, kind of at the root of it all, is the Two of Cups with the Magician, which is such a strong beginning. And then above the Two of Cups, we've got the Nine of Pentacles, and above the Magician, we've got the Four of Swords. So starting out with these two, now, you know, Two of Cups normally is like a love kind of connection. This can be true love, soulmate kind of thing. It can also be you and your higher self. Just whatever that love is about. It does feel like some reflection of self-love in whatever shape that is. It could even be a deep friendship, whatever it is. Two of Cups and then the Magician. So this could be kind of a partnership where you're creating together. And again, if it's you and your higher self, it is something about embracing your cups being full, embracing receiving that emotional fulfillment, and when you are full, then seeing what you can create from there. And so I love that there's the Two of Cups and then there's this Nine of Pentacles above that, because often this refers to like independence, abundance. It can even be about being single or whatever. So it does feel like whatever this partnership represents, it does mean standing on your own, really being a strong enough person in your own right, that you cultivate the seeds that truly will nourish your life. You nurturing those seeds so that they truly take root in your life. It really is about your sovereign choices and that which you invest yourself in and that which you allow to invest in you. And it does feel like this patience and this intentionality with what fills your cup, with what fulfills you, that does kind of inform the energy that you put into your magic, that you put into your manifestations. And then also, so there is an element of patience both with this Pentacles card and then with this Four of Swords, which talks about taking a rest. And this one being over the Magician, it does kind of feel like going into some deeper contemplation about your manifestations. I kind of feel like with this Two of Cups and this Magician card, it does give a sense of be here now, allowing yourself to receive, allowing yourself to enjoy the fulfillment of each and every moment, allowing yourself to appreciate that which you've already manifested into being. So again, a lot of be here now and not being too quick to act on anything, like really taking your time to decide what goes into your garden and what does not belong in your garden. The two cards that had come out to kind of, which felt like who closed last night, it was the Seven of Swords reversed, and it was either the Five of Wands upright or the Five of Swords. I just looked at him and I was like, no. But it really is that, but it does kind of feel like the chatter in your ear, and that can be people in your life who are, you know what I think you should do kind of people, instead of like, yeah, encouraging you, you know, to follow your own divine guidance, or people, whatever it is, trying to dominate, you know, well, it doesn't work like that. It's that kind of thing, or people lying to you, just people distracting you from the power and your own fulfillment. Or it can be inner programming and the mind chatter that says those same kinds of things, like you can't do that, or you whatever. I didn't like that energy. It's It's more about what you can do, what you can accomplish. It does, again, feel a lot like with patience and sincere contemplation about what you invest yourself in and what is most fulfilling. So then we come over to, and I loved that we have the Magus over here, and then we've got the Magician here. The Magician with the Ten of Swords, with the Sun and the Empress. So it does kind of feel like coming out of a situation. There was some sort of situation that, as Esther Hicks and Abraham call the contrast, and I just realized there's another Magus underneath that's reversed. So wow, does that give a fucking story? Dang, all three coming out here like this, and I didn't even see this one before. So I think recognizing how you miscreated, maybe how you gave your power away. And so talking about that metaphor of the garden, it's like you have the seeds ready, you have your plot of land, you fertilized it, and somebody else either coming into your garden and suddenly dictating what you need to plant in there, which is stuff you don't want at all, but you're like, okay, if that's what you want, then that would be miscreating. Or somebody saying, I know you're working on your garden, but I need you to help me with my garden. And so then you're like, okay, and then you completely step away from what you're cultivating and you start investing all of your time and energy into their garden. And then the minute you want to walk away, because maybe you see that they're just growing poison or whatever it is, whatever it is. So we're talking about storylines and people and whatever, with the Ten of Swords, I like to say, how many times does a person have to stab you in the back before you recognize they only have knives for you? And then also it's like the minute you go to your garden, they start promising that they're going to plant seeds in their garden and they're going to really make it healthy and they're going to plant the things that you really want to cultivate. And so you're like, okay, I'll come work in your garden. And so you step back into their storyline, and the minute they have you back, you discover that they don't give a shit about what you want to nurture or cultivate or invest in. They don't give a shit about what you want. They just want you there to work in their garden. So it's that sort of thing, recognizing that you can put that energy into other people's storylines all you want. You're never going to grow what you choose to cultivate. And so I think that is taking your power back from that. And with that, we have the illumination of the Sun and the Empress. You deserve all good things coming to you. And there is something also that it almost feels like whatever this situation's talking about, that you shine very brightly. So while they're taking all your energy to cultivate their garden, they're also asking you to dim your light because you're outshining them. And so it's a big mind fuck, especially if it comes to some sort of partnership, something like that. I think moving beyond that and recognizing what truly nourishes you, recognizing yourself as the Empress and the light of your own consciousness. This is your brilliance shining. This is your authentic expression, your art, your creativity, all of the things, all of the joy. And ultimately, this is being in your sovereign expression, your sovereign cultivation, receiving all good things. I love that we have the Nine of Pentacles, which is often referred to as pre-Empress energy. And then over here, we have the Empress and shining like the sun. And then finally, we have the High Priestess and the Three of Pentacles. So really, then it feels like really coming into alignment with your higher self in a way. Again, that sometimes that Two of Cups, where did it go? Two of Cups can be referring to your higher self, whatever it is. With the High Priestess and the Three of Pentacles, I like to think of this as a starving artist card. It's whatever you're committed to. The way musicians will be so committed to making music, or artists will be so committed to painting, and people that don't have this kind of commitment to that creative urge don't understand, and they'll say, well, why don't you get a job so you can eat? And the artist says, believe me, if I were like you, I would. But this urge to create, this urge to be true to myself is so much stronger than even the need to eat. And those who really listen to that soul's urge, that soul's guidance, their divine guidance, and they really commit themselves to whatever their craft or their art is, then they see people coming in to support them and to really help them to cultivate and nourish the dream, again, about planting seeds. So really listen to that divine guidance, really aligning to your destiny right now. It feels like a lot of blockages have been cleared, but it is about you owning your power, owning your authentic expression, owning your energy, owning your path, and releasing whatever would be blocking the way, not letting any of that hinder you. All right, that's all I have for today. If you would like a reading with me, come on into Instant Karma in downtown Asheville, North Carolina, if you happen to be in town. Otherwise, you can hit me up, airyfairytarot at gmail.com or any of my social media, and book a reading online. That's all I have. Peace and love until next time.